digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Yes, guys, welcome to THFC Till I Die. Home of time, past, present, and exciting future, I think, under Thomas Frank. As we gleep on going under the win yesterday, 3-0 win away to Everton, the first ever defeat at the Hill Dickinson Stadium for Everton. And joining me as we quickly look back at that game and look back at all the news and views that are around Tottenham today, and ask the question, are Spurs onto something good? And that is the question. But joining me, of course, is my my long, lovely, genuine co-host.
Lovely?
Man who used, yeah, lovely.
Been called a lot of
Man
things,
who
not that.
Yeah, a man who used to own a football club, so you know. He is THFC's Till I Die version of Simon Jordan, but we all know him as Tequila 316. How are you, Tequila, this evening, boss?
I'm okay, mate. How are you doing? How's everyone in the chat? Hope everyone's good.
You sound a bit snuffly.
I am a bit. Excuse these sniffles. Yeah, it's November now. Well, nearly. Clock's gone back, so that means getting that means getting ill. Yeah, that means getting ill. Yeah.
I tell you one thing about the clock's coming back. It doesn't knock your body clock around for a couple of days.
That's why they do it on a Sunday. That's why they try to do it on a Sunday, so you don't notice as much because obviously most people don't work on Sundays. So
it knocks me every time they do it. When the clocks go forward, I'm fine. When it goes back, it knocks me sideways. Brenny, how are you, sir? You must be happy after a good weekend as well for you lot down the road.
Yeah, I'm happy. Happy that we're we got the win yesterday. Happy that we're top. But can we play like that all season? No. With the results we're getting, I don't think so. I mean, to be honest, I don't like it when there's this throwback to Chelsea's the back-to-back titles that they won because under Mourinho, because they did play some good football, but people tend to forget that even though they were defensive, they did play some good football. So yeah, happy to be top. I'd like to see improved performances from the team, but I'm but I'm not by no way means disappointed. Still a long way to go. One game at a time.
You're not counting your chickens yet.
No.
No, rightly so and all. Tequila, just very quick for welcome people in. Premier League. It's been an interesting weekend. Any results that jumped out at you over the weekend?
And Brentford kind of shocked most of us, didn't it? Brentford shocked most of us with what they did. I don't think anyone expected. I mean, let's be honest, no one expected that. It's interesting to see what's happening. Actually, I will say for Brenny's team, Arsenal, and even though this is a Spurs channel, it is theirs to lose, though, mate. I think Brenny must realise that if there's ever going to be a year, Brenny, it's this year. For whatever reason, City still haven't got their act together, and Liverpool, for whatever reason, have imploded. Very strange, but they have. So this is your
You blame that
this is your chance. This is your chance, Brenny. I just think, as I said it the other day. I think they've spent. If there's such a way of just buying too many players, I just think that they didn't get the defender they needed. They wanted the bloke from Palace, Gucci, and they didn't get him. And instead, they spunked their money on Isaac, who, don't get me wrong, one of the best strikers in the world, probably the best striker in the league, him or Haaland. Did they need him though? They should have spent it in defence. So that's it. It's weird. It is weird. It is weird. None of us expected it. We saw them buying a Florian work as well, and it's just like they're buying some of the best players in the world. Nobody would have expected them to drop off a little bit. They can still come back. I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion, but Arsenal is certainly setting the pace, mate. I know you guys are not playing really as you want, but I mean, if you guys do turn it on, then you're going to be laughing. Then if you guys really do, turn it on. Because they're falling away. As of right now, you've got no... Who's your competition, Brenny, right now? United?
This is the thing. But you see, Tequila, the thing that worries me is that Arteta is Arteta, and he'll always be Arteta. Yeah. What I mean by that is, for example, if we go down to... When we play you away, because of Thomas Frank, he may set up differently. And you know what I mean, and just try and if we get one goal against you, probably just right. Okay, let's keep it tight. Etihad, he'll go with a defensive mindset, even if City's form is poor. And by the time we play them at the Etihad, and they've lost. Say for example, they've lost 8 league games. He will still set up with that defensive mindset. There's that fear of him losing. You know what I mean? Because he'd rather not lose than win. That is Arteta. That's why he's the one for me who could blow it for us for a 4th year running. So I do worry about that, and you know what I mean. And that's just my take on it with the manager. If he's gonna revert to type like 3 seasons ago with the attacking football we played, then yeah, I'm all for it. But
why do you think he's decided to kind of... I mean, you finally got the striker you probably needed for several years. You finally went out and got him. I don't know what your feelings on him, but I mean, he looks good to me. I think he's doing the job. I think
he is.
But so why is Arteta, do you think, why isn't he not going all out on the attacker stuff? If you finally got the striker to put away all the chances that you guys have created, why is he suddenly diverted to this? Or has he always done it? And because obviously we don't follow them anywhere near as close as you do, why would we? Because we're Spurs fans. But do we not realise it? Do we? Am I still thinking Arsenal were playing like under Wenger when you guys are pinging it around trying to pass the ball into the net? No,
I mean, you know what, Tequila? It's like, I don't think, for me, Arteta doesn't play the Wenger way. The Arsenal, Arsenal Wenger way. It's like he's more fixated on the way Pep Guardiola plays, the way he sets up.
Yeah.
And it's not something I want to see, to be honest. You know what I mean? I'd rather, and he played under Wenger, so why not play that way? With the back 5 we've got now, that's what's going to win us the league. If we win a league, that's what will win us the league. Will be that defense, because but I don't want it to be a situation where we don't go out in the attack and we have one of these games where it takes us to to get our first shot on target, 65 minutes gone, and it's 0-0. You know what I mean?
Brenny,
I
it's
want-
interesting you're saying that, mate, because as we're probably going to talk about in a minute with Thomas Frank, do you care that it's not great football? Or do you just want to win the league?
Well-
George Graham won you several stuff, 1-0 to the Arsenal, that stuff. I mean, you feel like you've gone back to kind of
well, you know what? This
George
is the
Graham
thing.
stuff.
I mean, you brought it up, and we had what was it? My guy Ali brought it up yesterday on a point of the football takeover match reaction. They're talking about like the Graham days, and I put I say this to a lot of Arsenal fans. When George Graham came back as a manager in '86, from '86 to '92, we won 2 league titles and a League Cup. And during that time, we played some really good football. Oh yeah, we had some crazy defeats as well, but we played some great football between that time. But I felt when Dave Rocastle was sold to Leeds before the first Premier League, we lost that bit of creativity. He had George Graham had Paul Davis in the reserves. There were times where he wasn't playing Anders Limp. I had a fallout with him. So there wasn't a lot of creativity. And the football we were playing, even though we won the League Cup and the FA Cup in '93, it was so awful. It really was.
It was poor,
even
wasn't
though,
it?
But it was just, for me, that season, it was all about our back line and Andy Linnigan coming in, deputiser of Steve Bold, and just the craft of Paul Merson and the goal scoring of Ian Wright. That's what saved that season, really, really did. And then the following season, we finished 4th. Some of the football we played was okay, but we were missing something at midfield. And it's like Graham kept buying DMs. He kept refusing to get that creative spark we needed in midfield. So from '92 to '95, I didn't think we played the greatest football, but we got 3 trophies out of it. So yeah, it's so that's what I say to fans. I mean, Arsenal fans in particular about now. But there were days where we had 5-6 years of good football under George Graham.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the weekend. Yeah, Brentford's game was a shock. I thought Sunderland's game was a shock as well, beating Chelsea.
Yeah,
well, that was a shock for me, and that was a big shock.
Demo, did you see Cundy's reaction?
I did.
Jamie O'Hara was trolling him, so I can't help it. I did.
Yeah.
I was immensely entertained by.
They were dressed up as he was dressed up as a clown, wasn't he?
Yeah. Playing the violin.
So funny.
Yeah.
Look, it's been an interesting weekend, but we did go up. Let's welcome a few people into the chat. Big up to Wayne Bonner. He says, "Good evening, folks. Hope you're all well."
How you doing,
Good.
Wayne?
He says
Wayne.
Spurs are always under something good. Club and manager to balls it up every time. I would agree with that 100%. Big up to David Clark. Hi from Leicester. Excellent 3 points. I don't want poor Coolwater on the win, but we are a team whose striker don't score. Winning games through set pieces is not sustainable. Well, to be fair, I think Arsenal are doing that at the moment as well, winning by set pieces here and there. So, it seems, but I get your point. I do get your point. Big up the columns in the chat. It says L in the chat for Liverpool with the laughing emoji. I'd say he's.
Oh yeah, Coleman enjoyed that one. He was a Brentford fan massively for that match.
Yeah. I thought Liverpool were damn right poor. Like Brentford have really done well after Thomas Frank leaving. I thought they're suffering. They haven't actually. So fair play to them. Fair play to Keith Andrews as well. Got a little soft spot for him being an Ireland former assistant manager and player for the Republic. So always have a little soft spot there for.
You never know, Dermo. If he does well at Brentford, maybe he is a future Ireland manager. Would you say yes or no to that?
Yes. Anything's better than the idiot we have in now.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought Stephen Kenny was bad. This fucker is even worse. Excuse me.
So you'd take Kenny over him then, if given a choice.
I wouldn't. I would take Mr. Blobby over him.
Wow. You heard it there, folks. He actually would take Stephen Kenny back. Someone clip that.
I didn't say Stephen Kenny. I said Mr. Blobby. Don't put
Okay, clip that as well then.
Poor old Liverpool. They can't even gamble because their slot machine is broken. Hashtag second Cinder syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so true.
Oh,
Big up to Iceman as well. Good evening, Dermo, Tequila, and the Arsenal fan. LOL. Brenny. His name's Brenny.
big up, Iceman.
Big up to
Big
Iceman.
up.
Colin, big up. It says Sunderland, Arsenal's main title rivals. It's true, though. They're up there. They're up
We'll
there.
probably end up going away there in a couple of weeks and drawing the game.
Yeah. We're going to find out this season if Arteta has the bottle and the mentality to go all the way. If he blows it again, he has to go. And I think you would agree with that as well, wouldn't you, Brenny?
Yeah. I mean, I wanted him to go for years, but I want him to prove me wrong.
Arsenal are crap. Spurs are crap. Win ugly, win games. Ugly wins leagues. True. That is true. That is so true. Was it Graham or Houston who won the Cup Winners' Cup? I think it was Graham.
It was George Graham who won us the Cup Winners' Cup, but it was Stuart Houston got us to the final the following year, '95. And I think everyone knows that, and especially on this channel.
Naeem from the halfway line, Naeem from the halfway line, Naeem.
And I remember watching that game at a good friend of mine. Funny enough, my daughter's godfather, he's a Spurs fan, and I didn't sleep well that night.
No. Oh dear. Do you remember them days, Tequila, Naeem from the halfway line?
No, see, it was slightly before I really started watching them. I missed that. I think it's not that long before, probably about 3 or 4 years.
Oh, it was such a lovely Naeem. He got the ball on the halfway line and chipped David Seaman. And David Seaman said, "Where's the ball go? Where's the ball go?" Oh shit, it's in the back of the net.
I fancied us on penalties as well, but that summed up our season because we were god awful. I don't know how we got to the final that year.
Gerard says no one can manage Ireland, only one man. But yeah, that's true. Big Jack Charlton. He was the only man that could manage Ireland. I can't believe Liverpool paid 125 million for their number 9. Yet they can't. They let go their wide players and end up with 2 wide players, one old man and the other a centre forward. You wonder why they're losing. I know, man. Apparently, everything is being clipped. I don't like this. This is the clip mentality of the world now. Hello, Colin. We might win something in the next 5 years if we can turn into horrible bees. Can't swear yet because we have. Is it 15-minute mark, Tequila? We can swear.
If so, we're okay because it's 22 past. So
okay horrible bastards. There you go. Let's talk about yesterday's game. Let's talk about this individual, shall we, guys? Mickey van de Ven, the Spurs skipper yesterday, played the full 90 minutes, man of the match, scored 2 goals. The first time ever to score 2 goals with his head. And also, there's a few stats to go with this as well. I need to get them up. So why I get them up, Tequila? Your thoughts on Mickey van de Ven and his performance yesterday?
I think we all knew he was a good defender, but there was a couple of questions about I think as Spurs fans we had about Mickey van de Ven. Is number one, how good would he be when he wasn't playing the high line? You know, he was critical in Ange's way of playing, if Ange had a way of playing. So he was so important for that because of his recovery pace. So it was interesting to see how would he do when we weren't playing kamikaze football. And I think he's starting to answer the questions. And also the fact that his 2 goals were aerial. It's been said by a lot of people that is where he lacks. You know, he's a good tackler. He's got the pace. He's a good defender overall. But in the air, that was his weakest area. And I think there was a lot of stats before he bought him that actually did suggest that. So I'm not saying people are wrong. I think that is legit. He was not that good in the air. But maybe he's been working, and maybe this is Thomas Frank influence is starting to take effect. And maybe he's saying, okay, mate, this is a weakness in your game. We need to get you to improve aerially. Now, we know that Danzo, his partner, that's Danzo's probably best asset is his aerial ability. So maybe Van de Ven's been hanging out with Danzo, just saying, "Hey, mate, can you teach me a couple of things?" Also, I could be wrong about this, Dermo, because look, I'm a straight guy. I don't check out guys' bodies that much, but it looks like he might have chapped up a little bit.
I think he has.
He added a bit more muscle, added a bit more bulk.
Yeah, I would agree. I thought he was exceptional yesterday.
He was.
I thought he was. What do you reckon, guys, as captain? I think he's a captain in the
Maybe.
making at Tottenham. Tequila, what do you reckon? And then I go down to Brennan.
Not yet. A couple of if he stays, hopefully he stays with us obviously for a good number of years yet. But I could see him after Ramiro, because obviously most likely Ramiro will go before he does, just because of the age. So I'd imagine that he could be an option to replace Ramiro whenever Ramiro decides to leave us. Yeah, not yet. I don't think not this season, probably not next season, but a couple of years if he's still here. Is he a decent upcoming option? Would you make him vice captain, Dermo?
Definitely. I definitely will make him vice captain. What do you reckon of him, Brenny? Would he fit into the Arsenal side, Mickey van der Ven?
You know what? He could be a squad. He'd be a squad player. He would start, if I'm honest. He wouldn't start ahead of Gabriel and Saliba. And I think Mosquera's a very good player. I mean, he's had I think 2 seasons playing regularly for Valencia, but but no, he's a very good player. I mean, for me, what I saw yesterday was a captain's performance, not just with the 2 goals, but how commanding he was at the back, and they defended so well. I think for me, if he carries on with his consistent performances this season, you know what? If he was to be captain next season, it wouldn't surprise me, and I don't think it would surprise yourself or any of the Spurs faithful. To be honest, I just think he leads well. He's one of those as well that he's one of them that doesn't. He's not a quiet captain at the moment. You know what I mean? I don't like quiet captains. You like captains, especially it's normally centre halves who are so commanding and they just don't shut up. And that's my type of captain. It's someone who doesn't shut up on the pitch and is always barking instructions. Not bossing, but barking. I mean, maybe it's just the old school in me. But I get you. Say, you know what I mean? But quickly, I will also say I didn't give Van der Ven player the match yesterday because Vicario had a bit to do. If Vicario had nothing to do and all he was just doing was just, drinking some Yorkshire tea and having a cake on the side, and he had nothing to do, I would have given Van der Ven man the match. But no,
I give man of the match. I agree with you, Brenny. I think Vicario, I think you would as well. We get that. Vicario was some of his saves yesterday.
I think you could go either way. Like I think the 2 people that probably stood out was Van der Ven and Vicario. So I don't think you can go wrong either way. So I kind of agree with both of you, really, to be honest.
Yeah. Just see what people are saying about Mickey in the chat. We've got Gerard saying, "Oh yeah, we've got this one here for Wayne. Oh well, Tequila, best get the swear jar out for Dermot."
Ronald like 5th one. He's already filled 4 of them up.
Mickey van der Ven is the 3rd best defender in the Premier League. I would say he is. I would say he is the best 3rd defender in the Premier League. Who's above them, guys? Do you think?
I think both. As Brenny said, I think both the 2 Arsenal lads are ahead of him.
Yeah,
that's 2. It gets a bit. I think you can make an argument for top 5. I don't know about 3rd. I don't know. I'd have to go through every single one. He's been our best defender, or has he? Is that Ramiro, or is it close?
Probably close. I don't know, Jared's asking who's won the most tackles. I'll find that stat out for you, Jared. Or maybe our stats man that's in the chat can let us know. But I will look in for that. I will find that stat out for you for tomorrow's show. He has done a lot of tireless donkey work protecting the defence. He says, will they sign him, Dermo? Will they sign who?
Who?
Am I missing something there?
No, who's he referring to? Sign who?
That's what I'd like to know. Jared, put in the chat who are you referring to, bud. VDV and Danso
you don't need to read that one out, Dermo.
Okay.
Oh, God, you can read it. Go on. You can read it. I'm just joking.
Sorry, I didn't read the rest of it.
Go on, read it out. I'm joking. That's fine. Let him have his fun. Go on.
Van der Ven and Danso a good partnership. But has anyone clipped Tequila saying he does check out good women's bodies? That's what it said.
Good women's. Oh, that's yeah.
Men's
That's what I
bodies.
said.
See, I've changed it around for you. I've said what he meant to type. I think he mistyped that.
Yeah, of course it did.
So there you go. Yeah. There you go. I got you out a bit stuck there, Tequila.
Mate.
Gabriel and Salvia 1 and 2, then Mickey, and then Delit, and then Skip 20. You can get old man Van de Ven.
Well, that's harsh, Com. You're saying that he's 20th best defender. That's a bit harsh. Come on. Let me guess, Com. You think Maguire's better? Slabhead. Yeah.
Now, don't knock Slabhead. He gets them out of a lot of trouble.
It's all right. I don't hate Slabhead. I mean, I hate the fact he's got a Slabhead, but I don't hate Slabhead.
Now, the ex-Fulham and the ex-Fulham Munich boy. Paliunia. Definitely sign them up. Definitely sign them up. Hell yeah. There's a bit. I mean, I signed them up in January. The guys are saying sign them up in the summer. But definitely, you sign them up as well, wouldn't you, Tequila?
No. We did this earlier on with your poll. But when I say no, it's because of the deal we've already got in place. So no, I wouldn't. I'd wait to see how much they want in.
No, I mean sign them up. I mean, forget January and summer, but sign them up for next season. It doesn't matter when we do, but would you sign him?
I would, but I'd ask for a reduced price because of his age. As a player, I've got no qualms with him as a player. I think he's a very good player. He is what we need. But as Com put in the chat in your earlier stream, Dermo, I wish he was 6. I wish he was 5 years younger.
Yeah, same here.
And that's a problem, isn't it? So that's why
he was exceptional, though. Yes.
Yeah, but if he was 26 years old, Dermo, I'd be telling you, yes, sign him up in January right now. Sign him right now. But he's not.
No, I get it. Guys, yesterday's Everton goal was disallowed because of offside # interfering with an opponent. Brenny, you watched the game as well as we all did. Saint Killer. Now, this is some of why they wouldn't give the goal. A player will be penalised if they are preventing an opponent from playing or being able to play the ball by clearly obstructing the opponent's line of vision or challenging an opponent for the ball or clearly attempting play a ball which is close with the action impacts an opponent or making an obvious action where clearly impacts the ability of an opponent to play the ball. Can they just make it simpler? Just make it one line. VAR. I mean, guys, look, we all watch Premier League football. It all impacts all our teams. I mean, I'll start with you, Brennan, then I'll go you, Tequila. What do you think of that decision yesterday? David Moyes saying it was the right decision. You got David Gallagher saying on Sky today it was the wrong decision. Where are you landing on it?
Right decision. It was the right decision, in my opinion. Well,
what? Then let me rephrase the question, then, Brennan. It's the right decision. So how come it took VAR so long, and the referee had to go and look at it to come to that decision?
I have no answer for, because you'd have thought that should have just been decided in a minute or so. I still don't get. You know what, mate? I don't get why that is the case, because we've seen it so many times over the years for these decisions where you've got the screen, you're having a look. So why are you taking 5 minutes to decide? It was the right decision. I've never seen anything like that before. But at the end of the day, we all saw it. And I looked at that and I thought, after less than a minute, I thought they're not going to give that. And they showed the replay. So yeah.
I know what you mean. I mean, Tequila, look, I was really critical of Vicario yesterday, where he was off his line. If he stayed on his line, I don't think he would have got himself into any sort of trouble, but he did. Yes, it was ruled off for offside, as Brenny said. And as Brenny also said, we've seen a lot of it this season. But surely, do you think the referee and VAR were arguing between themselves? Because it took them forever to come to an agreement.
I just think their bottlers a little bit like that. Like it's like trying to pass the buck a little bit. Like, oh, I don't want to be responsible for this one. I don't want to be responsible for this one. You make the call. I don't want to make the call. You make the call. As far as the actual offside, it was so blatantly offside. I mean, Dermo, the Everton player was standing in between Vicario and the goal line. He was almost in the goal.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Everton player, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which player it was off the top of my head. Now I'm thinking about it, but he must have. I don't know what he was. Did he? He obviously thought he'd get away with it. It's just like that. I'm surprised the referee didn't just like stop the corner from being taken when he saw the fact that the goddamn player was more or less in the goal. I know he wasn't actually in the goal, but he wasn't far off being in the goal because Vicario Vicario, yes, was off his line, but not by much. You could just about fit the Everton player in there, barely. So I don't know. Obviously, we know what the tactic was. We know that in the past, Vicario, the physicality of set pieces have sometimes caused Vicario a problem. That's obviously what Moyes was going for. So, but the player in question, I don't know what he was thinking. Thank God that the referees did realise that. God.
Yeah, I just get so fed up with VAR, and they take the joy out of the game. They really do. I mean, Brenny, look, VAR, would you ditch it now? Has it got to be kind where the clubs? I mean, look, Column says here, right? Let me take the PDF down so I can bring Column here says the refs and the VAR have gotten so much wrong that I don't trust them at all. In this case, it was a right call, but it was so clear and that it's crazy it took so long. Why are they taking so long, Brady? What is the key to right? Is it just passing the buck?
Yeah, I agree. I think it is. It's also, like the linesman doesn't want to take responsibility for the call, whether it's right or wrong. Referee doesn't, or maybe they're afraid of home fans' backlash. Could even be
they've got to talk to the fans now, haven't they? They've got to announce their decision. What do you think to that, guys? Do you think that's a good idea?
They took it from rugby were the first ones to do that. I think. Yeah. I think tennis has done something similar as well.
American football as well.
American football, I think, has done it. So, I mean, to be honest, it's probably about time. It seemed to be in most other sports nowadays, Dermo. So, I don't know. I think I'm okay with it. I think so. I think I quite like it. At least it gets to at least you know what they're thinking. Whether or not you agree with them, that's different. But at least you've got an idea of what they were thinking. At least you've got that idea at the moment, anyway. In that moment in time.
So look, if I was to do a stat poll, sorry, Brendan, go on, bud. Sorry,
I wouldn't. See, I don't mind VAR, but I've said to you before that for me it's about the officials, that and those behind VAR, they're pretty crap at it anyway. But I think the technology is good. But if the FA was to announce, right, we're not going to have no more VAR, after this season, no more VAR, I'm not going to miss it. I'm not going to cry about it.
Yeah.
Way,
I run. I mean, I'm with Tequila. Maybe I'm a fashion fan. Maybe I am, but I think I'm with the column on this one. As I said in the past, back in the day, we would have a moan or a day or two about dodgy call, then we would move on. There's no excuse for a bad course, etc. And they do get more wrong than they do get right.
That's right.
It's ridiculous. It really is. If you look at the whole Premier League weekend, guys, I mean, you could count on probably two hands how many decisions the VAR gets wrong, and how many VAR and how many games are turned by VAR. I know we don't like him; he was a bit of an idiot. But Ange Postecoglou did say that you giggling there, Mr.
I just make you laugh. What can I say, mate? It's just who I am.
Yeah, just who we are. Just 8 games, isn't it, Tequila? Just 8 games.
Yeah, mate. 200,000 per day. Sign me up.
Yeah, tell people about what you sent me the other day. You worked out on that. I mean,
according to the records, Ange got like an 8 million payoff for his time at Forest, and then you do the maths. He was there for 39 days, so that's 200k a day. He made. Not bad if you can get it, is it? See, we can call him an idiot all we want, and I can have some fun with it all I want, but he's making fools out of me. 200k a day for failing.
Look,
who would want that?
Managers probably make more money out of payoffs than they do actually managing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Spurs have made many managers, many multi-millionaires.
Yeah, we're good at that. I don't know what I was going to say now.
Sorry, you were talking about Ange.
That's all right. It's my fault. Oh yeah, that was it. Ange. That was it. That Ange said he wouldn't be surprised if the games are being run by Stockley Park. Are they? I think they are. I think the referee is a mouthpiece Stockley Park.
Hmm.
Do you agree with that, lads? Or do you think the referee is still in charge?
Well, I think the referee is still in charge, but he's got to do his job properly, hasn't he? Really, instead of
Do you
trying
think?
to be.
Do you think Brenny has got many? Do you think the ref's got many masters though? Is that the terminology to use? Does the ref have many masters? Too many people to kind of placate, to kind of keep in check. Not, I don't mean just the players. I mean, like, he is obviously going to have his bosses, and he has to. They get reviewed, don't they? They get reviewed every so often as well for their performances. Is it too many? Like I say, too many masters is how I'm phrasing it.
Could well be. I mean, that'd be interesting if that was the case. But who knows? But I just feel that a lot of these, they get quite a number of refs that stick together. It's like, but you know what? It's, speaking of referees, last season before, I never watched Ref Watch, and I used to call it blind watch because Dermot Gallagher just couldn't see, can really see what's going on, but he put his shades on. Now, the reason why I'm enjoying Ref Watch this season is because of his co-host with him, and I'm just loving the banter between the two because he's always putting Dermot to shame, and that is Jermaine Beckford. He just makes me laugh. He really, it's like he's looking at him thinking, "Get the fuck out of here! What crap are you talking about?" I just love it. I love it, and that's
especially this morning, Brenny. Especially this morning when they said to him that Everton goal was a goal. He was looking at everything. Yeah.
I didn't see it this morning, but I mean, it's just fun to watch because with Dermot Gallagher, it's like he just, even if he knows it's a wrong decision, like 9 times out of 10, he's always agreeing with refs when refs or officials have made the wrong decision. And that's why if you want someone on Ref Watch or you want someone on Sky Sports News, Gillette Soccer Saturday, don't get that idiot on Gillette Soccer Saturday, who always wants to be the star and still wants to be the star.
Is he covering a game then, Brenny? Did they have Dermot Gallagher covering one of their games?
No, it wasn't.
I haven't seen it in a while. That's fine.
It's he does a Ref Watch, and then on Saturdays you've got his name? What's that idiot's name? I can see his face.
I know he's a Tottenham fan, isn't he?
I heard he isn't.
Which one?
I've heard he's not. Someone has kept saying that, but
I'm not sure who you're talking about.
Mike Dean.
I'll find out.
Oh, Mike Dean.
Mike Dean.
That's it.
Yeah, Mike Dean. And I've heard he supports a club. It's not a London club, but you see, Mike Dean always wanted to be a star, and I'm like, Sky have got him on there for controversy because he's had some arguments with Clinton Morrison and Paul Merson. Now, why not get? But Sky won't get a ref who they won't get the best. They won't get the best former refs who will probably be honest. And because Sky always look for controversy, don't they? They always look for controversy in anything, So I just think they should, or even get a Mark Clattenburg, because Mark Clattenburg, I've read his articles before because he's pretty critical of some referees. When they get it wrong, he calls it out. So but like I said earlier, mate, if VAR was to go, I would not shed any tears.
No, I wouldn't either. We've got a few here. Too many chiefs in the kitchen spoil the broth. Too many officials in the game ruins the sport. I totally agree.
Yeah, they do.
Totally agree. And he says it's the refs union, Brenny. I can't remember who said that, but it's the refs has said that we'll always back each other to protect each other.
Yeah, it doesn't shock me.
Yeah, it does.
No.
And he does also say here, I need to get back into football. I can turn Liverpool around and lead them to glory in the Championship.
That's Com's first game of Football Manager. Then he's decided.
Oh yeah. The new one's coming out next week. So yeah.
Me and James are going to start. We're going to do one. We're going to do a dual Tottenham Football Manager one. I'm manager. He's chairman. How long do I survive? One game. One day.
To get fired at half time like y'all did. Yeah.
Yeah, be a badge of honour. Look, a lot of people are criticising about the way Tottenham are playing at the moment under Thomas Frank. There was a few Frank outs as well after Wednesday. Yeah, look, what got me about Wednesdays, I want to put this to bed once and for all, because I think a few people have sort of twisted what I was saying on Wednesday. I was pissed off with the performance because there was no fight, there was no intensity, there was no nothing out of that team on Wednesday against Monaco. If we fight and we lose, I don't like losing, but I can accept defeat if we've given it our all. Brenny's the same with them not down the road. Not sure any fan would be. There was no desire. No, I do not want Frank to go yet. But, you know, there's a question to be asked. There's a lot of fans that do want Frank out. And they're not happy with the football. And they do find the football boring. Well, I found this stat the other day that Thomas Frank has only lost 2 games out of 14 competitive games for Tottenham. Now, Tequila, look, you and me are quite level-headed when it comes to the manager, Thomas Frank. We give our views, but I think they're quite, and James as well, they're quite sort of respectable views, aren't they? They're sort of down the middle.
Well, none of us have asked for him to be sacked. I can tell you that.
No.
I know you were upset on Wednesday, but you didn't say you wanted Frank out. You said you were concerned, but you never said you wanted him out.
No, and it was what it was about Wednesday. It was the desire and fighting for the badge, like fight for each other. That's the minimum you have to give, and it wasn't there. But 14 games there, Tequila. What games stand out for you in that 14-game run? Only 2 defeats, by the way.
Well,
have you been impressed? Let me ask you this now. You weren't impressed with Ange Postecoglou, right? Rightly so. I think he had a right to be that. I think you were proven right in the end because of what happened at Forest. But you look at Ange. Every time I say that, you start giggling. It starts me off.
It's just who I am, isn't it? Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. 8 games.
Look, Brenny's wondering, like, we're not really obsessed with Ange. It's just because we were so kind of hurt by that season. Like, this is our only way to get a little bit of kind of closure. Closure. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, you look at our away form, Tequila. We're top of the leagues. We're 4 points ahead of Liverpool in the away form. Our home form was 17th in the league. But only 2 defeats out of 14. That's a bit of a dream start for a manager, isn't it? In all competitions.
The interesting thing is that you asked me kind of at the start is that which of the results really impressed me. I haven't been very impressed with Spurs, but a little bit like what Brenny said earlier regarding Arsenal. If we're performing results-wise more than performance, even though we did perform well at Everton, I'm not saying we didn't, but that so far this year, the Everton performance is rarer than our normal performances. There's been more Monaco's, Dermo, than there's been Everton's. Is the point I'm trying to make?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
So I can't look at that many great performances. We were okay. We were good against City. We were good against Everton. Those 2 probably the only 2 that really stick out for me.
PSG.
We were unfortunately we capitulated in the end, annoyingly enough. But we were for a large portion of that match, yeah. But the reason why I'm personally going to give Frank time is because I don't think he's got the tools for the job. Now, if we go ahead and we improve the front line next summer, which is what I bloody hope we do, and it's still the same kind of football, then I think questions do seriously have to be asked. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say something here. I don't think Frank is our manager long term. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I want him out. I don't. But I don't. No. I think there's already enough people in the fan base who've already decided against him. A lot of those Ange fans, in my opinion, yes, but I'm not saying it's all. I think there is a contingent of them, but I do think it will be the style of football that eventually seals Frank's fate. And that's not me saying I want him out. So please don't assume that's what I'm saying. I've just seen this. I've seen this, Dermo, like you have many a time, right? Yeah. You got to remember that Conte got great results, especially the first season, playing quite torrid football, and he got us into top 4 at Brenny's team's expense. If Brenny probably remembers that. But it wasn't pretty, but we put up with it. at the start, we put up with it. But then once it got to the second season a bit, and we were still playing quite dire, and then the results were not quite as good, people turned on Conte, not me, for the record. People turned on Conte pretty quick. And unfortunately, I can see the fan base doing that next summer. Next year, if the football's not better by this time next year, is my point, I think the knife's going to be out for him.
Yeah, I think, look, I get your point in a minute, Brenny. Oh, look, I'll go to you now, Brenny, and then I'll give my point. Look, Thomas Frank, look, the games he's got, you know, a win at Man City, win at Everton, you can put probably Leeds was a good win as well away from home. And then you look at the defeats, Bournemouth, the 1-1 draw against Wolves wasn't good. Bodo Glimt wasn't good. Monaco wasn't good. Aston Villa at home was quite poor. So results mean one thing, but as fans, does performances mean a lot more than results, Brenny?
To some it does, and to some it doesn't. I think, I mean, I'm looking at that. It's a very good record. And they want Ange back.
Tequila, can you speak for the both of us on this?
I want Ange back for my perverse entertainment I got out of the whole thing. Even though I was angry most weeks, I can't say I was bored.
I think he'd want to go back to Celtic. I think he wants Celtic again. He's got unfinished business at Celtic. So no, like I said, it's a really good record with Thomas Frank. If you know what he did at Brentford for the past how many seasons he was there, the type of football they played, no disrespect to Brentford, as much as I've got a soft spot for them, this is a different kettle of fish. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if Frank became Chelsea manager, or if he was Aston Villa manager. It's it's another level. So I think, speaking to some other Spurs mates, they're happy with the results, but I think for them, well, no, I know one particular basically saying, well, they'd have to play better. They want to see the football that you're used to seeing good football over the years at Spurs.
Yeah.
And that's what these ones, I know that they want to see that. But then I think it's a case of what worries them is if they're not seeing that right now, the L's may come along. And I think that's a concern for a few that I've spoken to. You know what I mean? But if it proves, then hey,
The thing is, Brenny, is that if you look at our track record of managers, and I'm generally talking about the modern era, but I suppose if you want to go a bit further back, Dermo's got more knowledge than I do. But these defensive managers we've had, they don't last long. If you look at them,
they don't.
Not Spurs. They don't last long. And some of them we've had some of the success with. George Graham won us the Carling Cup. Juan de Ramos, I wouldn't say he was a particularly progressive manager, won us the Carling Cup. 3 points from 8 games, and then we got Redknapp in. So my point is that the defensive managers that we've had throughout the years, their track record suggests that they just don't, even if they're moderately successful, at least for Spurs, and they win a trophy, they just don't last long with us, because I think, as you've kind of said, the Spurs culture eventually forces them out, because as a fan base, we don't want to see that kind of football. Frank will get away with it for this season. He will. But next season, I don't think he will, unless something changes.
Yeah. I mean, Connor makes a very good point. We are the top goal scorers in the league at the moment with 17 goals. For a team that doesn't create, we actually score the most goals than anyone else in the league. So
I mean, my rebuttal will be from our defenders and midfielders, but you're right. Goals are goals. But yes, it is. There's a lot of set pieces in there, Dermo. There's a lot from our forward line. I don't know what the ratio is. Somebody, if you want to check the ratio,
line is crap.
Yeah. It's like probably a fifth of our goals probably come from our forward line, and let's be honest, that's not normal.
I think this is a good point by Colin. Please do pick up your memberships, guys, and also send in our super chat as well to probably get ahead of the queue and ask that you have a chance to divert where this show's going. So it's down to you. So send in the super chat as well, guys, if you can. It does help. And getting on silverware has put so much pressure on Frank. I would agree on that. winning something last season, and on the back of that,
I think does it not depend on the type of fan you are, Dermo? I don't think that's. I understand 100% where Com's coming from, and I'm not saying he's wrong, but I don't think that's every fan. I am myself a perfect example, right? Frank's not under any more pressure because Ange won something. Not at all. Not for me. Not in the slightest.
The way I am is he's not under pressure to win something, but I want him to win something, if you know what I mean. I've seen us win silverware last year. We went 17 years without winning anything. And you're watching, no disrespect for any, well, you lot down the road winning championships and cups and leagues and whatever. And you're thinking, we want a bit of that. And then you look at the parade we had, over 200,000 people turned up. You know, we're starving for success. And Thomas Frank, I think, if he wants to cement himself as a great Tottenham manager, then he has to win something. Then why can we not win something this year? Why can we not win a League Cup or an FA Cup? You know, I can't see one. I wanted to win something badly, but I'm not putting Thomas Frank. If he doesn't win anything, well, as long as we're heading in the right direction, then I'm fine with that. But eventually, I want us to win something. I don't want to go another 17 years without winning nothing.
Demo, let me ask you a question then, just very quickly, and Brenny as well, because it'd be curious to see a non-Spurs person's answer as well. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I'm going to say this, and I don't think people are going to agree with me. This is just me. I would rather come second playing great football than coming first playing rubbish football. Honest to God truth. That's on. I'm 100% honest. That's just me. That's me.
Nah, you see, if you're playing rubbish football and you finish first, league table doesn't lie. Even though it is a results business. I mean, to be honest, I'm not happy with the way we're playing. But you know what? When I look at it, I would take us playing poor if it means we win a league title. Because it's something we can celebrate.
How long for though, Brenny? If you did, would that be a repeat thing, or would the second season after you won something, would you be like, that would change?
We need to play better than we did in the season because, and also when you're the league champions, it's normally, I mean, the following season, everyone wants to beat you, and everyone will go that extra length to try and beat you. It's already happened to Liverpool, so. You know what I mean? And yeah, you'd have to improve. You would have to improve.
I'll throw this in as well. And again, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Like I say, it's just a different aspect. And this is why I think, Dermo, it does tie into what you were saying about when I said about there being two different kind of fans. I look at football as an entertainment aspect. So if I'm going to watch something, be it on the television or even live at the game, I want to see entertainment. I want to see my team play well. So this is what I'm talking about. So I would rather us play well, give our all, attack, do stuff what I think the way the game should be played, even if we end up falling short. I'm not saying that we play good football and finish 15th. I said second, right? So it's not like we're finishing 15th playing good football. We're challenging, but not quite finishing. I would rather see that every year than us finishing first, boring the hell out of me. As Brenny said, one year, maybe one year, just to kind of have that on the record. Maybe. Overall,
no one can take that one away from you. No one can take that one away from you.
I get what you're saying. I mean, look, I've seen Spurs win many trophies when we've been dreadful in the league, but we've ended up winning an FA Cup or a League Cup. The last time we won an FA Cup, 1991. God, I was a teenager back then. That makes me feel so old. The last time we won that famous old trophy. Which is a crime, by the way. Tottenham not winning an FA Cup for over 30 years is an absolute fucking crime. We finished 10th in the league. I do find the Poch years, and I get criticised for this. I call Poch a loser because the football was great, but did he win anything? No.
See, and you know,
the line with the finals he got to.
Me and you, we've spoken about this before, and we do quite disagree on this one. I think coaches are, even though I can't say you're lying, technically I can't sit around and say, Dermo, you're talking rubbish, because you're not. Because he technically he didn't win anything, so that technically means he's a loser, right? Although every year that means in a Premiership there's 19 losers and 1 winner, but it's generally not perceived that way. But I've tried to say this before, I was proud. For me, this stuff matters. This is why I was so against Postecoglou last year. I have to be proud of my team.
Yeah.
And I do. And even though I don't want Frank out, I can't say right now I'm that proud of the team. I'm proud of their defensive, and they've got fight in them overall. I'm proud of that aspect of it, but I'm not proud of the football we're playing. I'm not that bothered by it yet because it's so new in Frank. So I'm going to give Frank at least a season, if not 2, probably, before I get to any kind of decision on him. But that stuff's really important to me. Obviously, from what I've seen in the chat, I am in the minority, which is fine. But there's still a group of fans who are going to be like me, who do go for the entertainment aspect. And those fans are going to get unhappy with Frank way more than you will probably, Dermo, if it's just about the results, for example. That's what I'm trying to...
I know what you're trying to say, but look, I'm using Pochettino. Yeah, there were great years under Pochettino.
Poch was entertained. We were good to watch. We were. Don't you remember? Brenny must remember this as well. Spurs was everybody's second team for a while. Maybe not the Arsenal fans, but in general, it's like, everyone liked Spurs because we were playing.
You were playing some good football all the time.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm 48 now, watching Tottenham for a long time, of 40 odd years. I've seen better teams than the Poch team. The Keith Berkshire team in the early 80s was pretty decent with Hoddle and Graham Roberts and all them. I still reckon that was the best Tottenham side. That that was the best Spurs side since the double winning side, I think, under Berkshire. I think Pochettino's side is close up there as well. But that Berkshire side played good football and won something.
Well, you had 3 trophies in 4 seasons, didn't you?
3 trophies in 4 seasons. Keith Berkshire wasn't the greatest. When he came to Tottenham, he came as an assistant manager up at Newcastle and Saudi Arabia, I think. Postecoglou, Pochettino, sorry, not Postecoglou, Pochettino. He was a great manager. If he had somebody next to him with a bit of experience, a little bit to say to him, right, this is how I wouldn't do this, I would do this. Help him get over that line. Then I think Pochettino would be the greatest manager we've had since Bill Nick. Not a question. But he didn't. And it was great football, but we didn't win anything. And I don't like, we were losers and we were runners up. And I hate losing in finals. We lost in the Champions League final, which technically, I think we were lucky to get to that Champions League final, if I'm being honest. I think we were damn lucky to get there. We had the rub of the green. And we got there. It was the best day in my life getting there. Enjoyed it. But what did we do after that? Nothing. When we got to a FA Cup semi-final, we applauded against Chelsea and lost 5-2 because we were playing Sonny at left wing back. I mean, who in their right mind plays Sonny at left wing back? We got to 2 League Cup finals under him, imploding both. Do you know, everyone has this magical spell of a Pochettino. Oh, bring back Pochettino. He'll bring back the good times. Yes, he'll win this trophy. Well, he didn't do it the first time. And there's no hell's chance he's going to do it the second time. So I think him coming back, he's going to get worse.
But Dermo, do you think people want Pochettino back, or at least did, not because we thought he was going to win something, but because, as I just said, because he played the best football, at least in the recent era. The only person who comes close to him is Redknapp. Is the only good person who came close to him when it comes to attacking football that worked.
People wanted Pochettino. People wanted Pochettino back because they didn't want Ange as manager. So they would take the devil himself to come back if it was meant that anyone to replace Ange. I think Pochettino will go down in Tottenham history as building the best side we've had in a long time. But he won't go down as a manager that's won a stuff. He'll go down as a kneeling man. And I just feel Pochettino should be given a lot of gratitude for what he'd done, but he didn't win us anything. And people need to remember that. It's okay looking at him with rose-tinted glasses and say, yes, we played the best football, or we played this and we played that. But did we win anything under him? No. We played terrible football under Ange Postecoglou. Absolutely. Every week. Lose. But he won us a trophy. So they goes down as the third man in our history to win us a European trophy. Other two men to do that was Bill Nicholson, and Keith Birkinshaw.
Mm.
So, do you know what I mean? You have to have a little bit of luck along the way. But I don't want Pochettino back. If I don't know why fans want him back. I don't want him back.
I'd take him back in a heartbeat.
No, I don't want him back. At that time,
sorry, can I ask you both something? I've never asked you to before, but considering how some of our fans, especially some of them top gooners, how they've been getting on the last few seasons. When you all finished second in 2017, what was your feelings on that? Was it a case of you celebrated second, you went out and had a barbecue, you went to the pub, you celebrated? What was your feelings on both of you on finishing second when you had a chance of winning the league?
I was devastated that we didn't win the league. I was really devastated. I thought, I don't know if Tequila's the same, but I thought this is the year we're going to do it. I thought the year we should have done it was when Leicester won the league.
Yeah,
that was the year.
I was about to say, I think I wasn't devastated. I think that feel. I'm quite a cynical person, or whatever you want to call it. My half is glass full, whatever you want to look at it. But that gave me hope for the future when we finished second. I could accept we didn't quite pull it off, but I thought to myself, next we'll build. You know, we are now serious.
That's the thing, wasn't it, Tequila? It's about building.
Yeah, and now next year, we always say as fans, well, next year will be different. And most of the time, I think we secretly don't really expect next year to be different. But I this cynical, jaded fan that I certainly was and still am, really, did believe for 1 or 2 years. And this is why probably I think of Pochettino higher than Dermo, because what Pochettino did for me as a fan, he gave me hope. Hope's very hard for me to get. I'm a person, it takes a lot to get that up, right? That's going to be clipped. But he gave me hope, Dermo. No other manager has really. I had a little bit under. I thought Jose Mourinho had a chance because I was such a fan of his before he joined Spurs because of just the work that he'd done in the past. And I thought Levy would back this dude to the hilt because he was the chosen one for Levy, right? Levy has always desired Jose. So I thought he's going to back this one, surely. We know that didn't happen.
The day we signed Jose as our manager, I thought we're going to win the league. I thought that's it.
So did I, because I thought, like you, I thought, okay, so Levy didn't quite believe enough in Pochettino, right? He didn't quite believe enough in him. But Jose, he's always coveted Jose. We've heard all the stories, Dermo, for many years. He always coveted Jose. He even regarded Jose as, I remember Levy said something in some conference or something, talking about the best manager, and he hinted that he thought personally that Jose Mourinho was the best manager around. And he finally got his man, Dermo. So we all thought, he's going to back it. If Levy's finally going to spend the cash, he's finally going to back. We've got the world-class manager we always wanted now. No excuses. And he gives him the defender from Cardiff.
Joe Rodon.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, Pochettino, I had hope, Dermo, and that's why I probably value him maybe more than some other people, because he gave me hope for Spurs.
There's a lot of people in your boat that hold Pochettino with high regard. Look, I do too in a way, but I hold him in that good football, great, but he didn't win us anything. Why are we all clamoring to have him back? He wasn't a success first time. It's just because he knew the Tottenham way. And I think it's more unfinished business with us and him when it comes to the club. He was sacked after going through a run, 4 games, and you're right. Mourinho was available. Pochettino wasn't going to be backed. He already said before the Champions League final about leaving if he had won the Champions League. He was making quotes about the house but no furniture quote as well before the Champions League final. There was always a little bit of tension between him and Levy. And to be fair, Levy had a quick trigger finger anyway. So, and if the fans start shouting Pochettino out, us Tottenham fans are fickle, and all football fans are fickle. We will turn on the manager quickly as anyone if we don't see it going right. But look, I think, for me, to answer Brenny's question, give me a trophy any day over good football. That I'd be happy. I prefer to win a trophy than watching good football, because the trophy means more.
And would you say, like Brenny said earlier, is you'd accept that, but would you accept that year on year out?
No, I wouldn't accept it year on year.
So it's all about it's all about just winning it once, and then you be fussy. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Look, we won the Europa League. I want to build on that now. I want to build on that this season. I want to get better. So that means I want to win a League Cup and an FA Cup. Let's win a domestic trophy now, and I want to build on that. So that's my way in it. This is the league, guys. This is the top 8. We'll go through some of the chats as well. Big up to Colin. Colin was saying, God, he says, I'll take United finishing 10th this season, playing rubbish. Then 15th, playing good football.
Once upon a time, you would not have accepted United playing bad football. Yeah. Not under Ferguson, you never would have expected that.
Gerard says, I want Arthur Rowe back. Jesus, you're going to have to dig him up from the grave and get him back. And I know you're going to bring him back to life, but there you go. Apparently, there are pills for that, tequila, says Wayne.
Oh, it's pills for most things, my friend.
Wayne says, the problem with those two title challenging seasons is the slow starts to both. The 67, Keane was out for the least. Yeah, he was for the first 6 games. And then Graham, as Gerard is saying, we didn't win the league because the squad was limited. First 11 was good, but no strength in depth. Absolutely. Guys, this is the top 8 in the Premier League. We once spent too long on this. Arsenal are top on 22 points. Bournemouth at 2nd, 18. Tottenham 3rd and 17. Sunderland 4th and 17. We're ahead of them on goal difference. Man City 5th on 16. Manchester United 6th on 16 as well. Liverpool on 15 and 7. And Villa 8th on 15.
Bournemouth are playing the best football.
Yeah, I was going to say, out of that top 8, who's really impressed you this season?
Bournemouth, without a doubt. I mean, when I've watched them play, highlights or live, they're an impressive unit. I mean, Areola, he's really doing a job there. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if the end of the season it's Bournemouth FA Cup winners.
Yeah.
And they finished in the top 5. It would not surprise me. You know what I mean? It's like as if they were to say win the FA Cup. You know, right now they're like for me, they're the dark horses to say win the FA Cup. Are they still in the Carabao as well?
Who, Bournemouth?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I think there might be. I don't know.
Yeah, because we're at last 16 now, aren't we? So
yeah, we got Newcastle away on Wednesday.
Yeah. They're playing some really good football. You know, they really
do you want me to have a look?
Yeah, you can do, but also you can answer who's been your team in the top 8? Who's surprised?
Sunderland.
Yeah.
Sunderland, of course, they would. I mean, Bournemouth. Don't get me wrong. Bremy's right. I wanted Areola over Frank, to be honest.
Do you still do?
If all things are equal, I do think he's a better manager than Frank. Yeah, he's a little bit less proven than Frank. And I thought Frank was being brought in. We've had this discussion before, don't I? I thought Frank was being brought in under a Levy stewardship where he had to watch the pennies. If you're going to give him money, I have my doubts a little bit on that one. So Areola would still be my first choice out of those guys. But with Sunderland, mate, they've been promoted.
Yeah,
you remember they just promoted, and normally we're used to the 3 promoted teams going right down. And they've done immensely well, considering that they were in league. They were in League One a couple of years ago.
They were. Brentford are not in the. Bournemouth are not in the League Cup, by the way.
No, I'm looking now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, Bournemouth are very good. But if you're asking me, Sunderland, I mean, so don't get me wrong, Sunderland won't stay there, but it looks like they're not going to go down. And I think if you're a Sunderland fan, you take that as a win, because the chances are now, with the start they've had, the chances are they're probably going to survive. Even though I know it's only October, but they'd have to go on some Derby type of run, if you remember Derby from a couple of seasons ago, where they now get relegated. So Sunderland are laughing, mate, and I used to live in Sunderland. I spent a year in Sunderland University, so it's quite a big club. You wouldn't think so. You might think it's Newcastle's little brother, but it's a big place. They've got Stadium of Light. If you've ever been there, I've been. Stadium of Light is a big stadium, 45,000 or so. I think it's got. It's a big. They're not a small club. Is my point. if they had the right financial backing, they could. They're not going to win a Premiership or anything, but they could solidify a Premiership position.
Well, Sunderland used to play in the old First Division as well.
They did, yeah.
Many years ago. And Tequila, I don't know if you know this fact, but in 1984-85 season, Dermo would know this. Norwich beat Sunderland 1-0 in the League Cup, what was a Milk Cup final. And both those teams got relegated that same season to the old second division.
Yeah.
Look,
They are
if
big
you look at the first season of the Premier League, Branny and Tequila, how many teams them are now either non-existent, in non-league, or in the bottom league of tier football?
Oldham Athletic are the worst case of that, because they're gone. They're nearly gone, aren't they? Are they still around? Did they save themselves, Oldham? Because I know that they were on the brink. I'm not sure what happened.
Sheffield Wednesday was the brink.
Wednesday also on the brink. Yeah, I know they're on the brink.
Blackburn, established championship side, because I don't know when they're coming back into.
They haven't.
League.
Yeah,
Right.
they've been out quite a number of years now. They've been out like 7 or 8 seasons now, haven't they?
Yeah,
Blackburn.
That's right.
It is. It's. We'll do that one show. We'll go through the Premier League from 92-93. I think it'd be interesting to see that.
Yeah, it would be.
Big up to Gerard. He's asking us, and maybe this for you as well, Brenny. Cast your football eye over it as we bring you on as our neutral football fan. You've got great insight, doesn't he, Tequila? It really does.
Yeah, mate. It's good to have somebody with a different perspective, let's say.
Yeah, that's what I enjoy. May I ask the panel? Of course, you can ask Gerard. No problem. It says tonight. Where will Spurs finish come May? Where do you think, Tequila?
I still think 8th, but the start, results-wise, the start has maybe convinced me that we could do slightly better. I say slightly better, so I don't think I'm saying top 4. No, I'm talking 7th, fighting for 6th. But only because the results when we've been playing badly. So in my mind, I'm thinking if Frank could get something going, which is going to be very hard with our strike force, Dermo, because we can't do anything about that till at least January. So if somehow we could get our forward line playing better, then there's a chance. The fact that we're getting results and playing badly leads me to believe there could be more. If we can get the other part right, then maybe we can achieve a bit more than maybe I thought. That's as optimistic as I can be, but I'm still going to say 8th, maybe 7th.
I am going for 5th. I think that's where we can finish. 6th or 5th for me. I think 5th because of the start we've had, so I've changed mine, but 5th for me. Branny, where do you reckon Spurs can finish? And where do you think Arsenal will finish?
I think we're telepathically linked, mate, because I'm going for 5th as well for your boys, because 5th, and it also guarantees your Champions League spot.
It does.
I mean, for myself,
is that official? Is that official for this year, Brenny? Is it because of the?
I think it is because of how the Champions League. Because of how.
Don't English teams have to do well to a certain degree in order to keep that?
I think the coefficients as well. I think if you get a load of English clubs in all the European competitions, in say the semi-finals, if you can get quite a few of them, then and that's when I think there'll be that 5th spot that'll still be available.
Yeah.
But Arsenal, dear. Do you know what? Right now, if this was a side under Arsene Wenger or George Graham, I would have said, with the squad we got now, I would have said we'll finish first. But to be honest, it's too early to call. We're good enough to win the league, but if I have to be honest right now, I would say because of past history, I would say right now 2nd. You can ask me that question again 4 months down the line, where if we're still top and we've got a lead, a commanding lead, then I'll say we'll win it. But right now, because you know what it is, right now, you know who I still think will win a league, even though they lost yesterday? I still think it could be Manchester City. That's just them. They've done it before. They know how to do it, City are I know they didn't do it last season, but it's like all they need right now is Donnarumma and Haaland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's all they need right now. It's kind of like Cantona and Schmeichel in the 90s. When there was a time where all you needed was them. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, I hope that's answered your question, Gerard. Well, guys, we're going to the last bit of the show now. This is Tottenham's next 5 games. Sorry, Brandy, I'm moving in the middle. Catch, we get a question in. Sorry, Tequila, I may have to cover you if a comment comes up. I do apologise.
Oh no, don't you cover my black screen there, mate. I won't be able to handle it.
These are Tottenham's next 5 games. We've got Newcastle away and the League Cup. We've got Chelsea at home on Saturday, Copenhagen at home, the big game against Manchester United, where we're going to link up with the Man United agenda. Then we've got the big one, Brenny, away at Arsenal, where we're going to link up with the football takeover and the agenda. And then we are away at PSG. I'm going to go last. Guys, down to you. Who wants to go first and give their predictions?
You go first.
I'll go first. Okay, so I think we're going to lose to Newcastle. Do you want the scorelines as well, or do you just want the results?
Yeah, just give us the scorelines as well. Yeah,
I think we'll lose to Newcastle probably 3-1. I think we'll lose to Chelsea probably 2-0 to Chelsea. We'll beat Copenhagen probably quite comfortably actually, but probably 2-0 on that one. I think United will draw 1-1. I think away to Arsenal we'll lose 3-0. And I think away to PSG we'll lose 3-1. 3-1, 3-0 to PSG. Sorry to say. That's other than Copenhagen, Dermo. That's nasty.
Yeah. It is actually. Oh god, I'm gonna look forward to them watch alongs. Brenny, where are you going for us, sir?
Right. So Newcastle, I think Newcastle will win that penalty shootout because I don't know about yourself, but I think Newcastle will probably rest some players.
Yeah.
Chelsea, I actually think you'll win that game. I think you'll win it 2-1. I think you'll win 2-1. It'll be a half-fought game. I think you could win it 2-1. FC Copenhagen. Oh, I think that'll be a 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw. Man United, I know they've picked up some points, we picked up form, but I also think you'll win that game. I'd say that's going to be 3. There's going to be goals in it. I think it'll be 3-2. You'll beat United at home. Us, I think we'll beat you 3-1. It would have been I would have gone with a different scoreline had it been at the Lane. Paris Saint-Germain, I think you'll lose that 3-0.
Right. I know, let me bring Gerard's up. Gerard's gone for a 2-2 draw against Newcastle. Do we win on penalties, Gerard, or lose on penalties? Let us know. He's gone for a 1-1 draw against Chelsea, a 2-1 win against Copenhagen, a 2-0 win against Manchester United, and then a 2-0 defeat away to Arsenal. I still wait for his.
It'll be a hard-fought game. It won't be easy playing you.
No, it won't be.
Never is.
I'm going for a 2-0 win away to Newcastle. I'm going for a 2-1 win at home to Chelsea. I'm going for a 3-0 win at home to Copenhagen. I'm going for a 1-1 draw at home to Manchester United. I'm going for a shock 1-0 win away at Arsenal.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going. I know Tequila's fell off his chair at that result.
Oh, damn. Bless you.
And I'm going for a 2-0 PS. I'm going for a 2-2 draw against PSG away from home. Now, yes, I know. Come on, Tequila. I'm waiting for it. Come on.
So you had us winning all our games, or winning or drawing all our games. You don't think there's any defeats in that 6-game period?
No. I think away from home, we're unbeatable at the moment. Away from home.
Yeah.
Now, if you were giving me a bunch of relegation kind of type teams, I might agree with you. But we're literally playing like 3 or 4 of the best teams in Europe, not just the Premier League, in Europe, and you've got us winning or drawing at least every game without any
Well,
losses.
I'm not going to back my team to lose. I may be wrong, but I never back my team to lose. I can't. It's not in my nature.
It's not about backing your team to lose. It's not like, oh, I want you to lose. That's a difference between I don't want us to lose any of the games.
Look,
but
let me explain then. Let me explain. I think we can beat Newcastle. I think they will rest players on Wednesday. I think we won't. I think we'll go with a slightly stronger lineup, and I think we're going to want it more. I think Newcastle have bigger fries to cook, especially with the league and the Champions League. So I think they're going to look further.
remember that they're the holders. They won it.
I know they're the holders. I know that. I think Chelsea at home. Chelsea are in a mess at the moment. I think Chelsea in the right mess after losing to Sunderland. I think Chelsea are not this all-beatable team everyone thinks they are. So I think that's the result there. Maybe a draw, could be a win. Copenhagen, we should beat them anyway because they're Copenhagen. No disrespect to Copenhagen. If we can't beat Copenhagen, then we should be playing Champions League football. End of. Manchester United it's a tough game. Tough game with United. Always has been, always will be. But we do own Manchester United. We do own them. We're unbeaten against them.
What's that? Four wins against them last season?
Yeah, four wins against them. They will want revenge for the Europa League final. But I think at home, I think players will be up for that. Look, North London derby's not like any other game. That form goes out the window in that game. I've always said that about the North London derby. Form goes out the window. Yes, Arsenal could spank us 3-1. Tequila's scoreline could be absolutely spot on. But I always want to beat them lot down the road. I never want to lose against them. It's not in my nature to lose against the Arsenal.
I know, mate. But it wasn't the question you asked wasn't about what I want. It was a question about what I think is going to happen. Yeah. It's not the same thing.
So look, I think you're probably spot on with your ones, Tequila, more than I am with mine. Brenny is probably as well. Out of them games, right? Which ones is right? This is for you then, Tequila. Out of them games, which one is really important to you? For you personally?
That's really important to me. I think the League Cup is our highest chance of a trophy this year, so I do actually care quite a lot about the Wednesday's game. I do think it's a tough ask, to be honest. But as you rightfully said, we are a better team away from home, so who knows? I always want to beat Chelsea, but our home form is so bad, Dermo. I can't see us beating them. And of course, I want to beat Arsenal, but Arsenal, for me, because we're so toothless in attack, I know we've just scored 3 goals, but I mean, our forward line in general is so toothless. Their defense is going to have a field day with us. They're going to laugh at our forward line. Now, that doesn't mean we can't score via set piece. I mean, hell, that is like our best way of scoring right now is via set pieces and stuff like that. But there's always a chance, and we will get chances at the Emirates. We'll get set pieces, we'll get corners, we'll get free kicks, and there's always a chance there. But when it comes to like open play, Arsenal are going to wipe the floor with us. But that doesn't mean that it's guaranteed. But
no, what I want from that game, and I think Brenny would agree. You look, North London derbies, aren't they, Brenny and Tequila? Yeah. Rules go out the window there. You look how we played there last season, Tequila under Ange. We were toothless. We ran out there on that Wednesday night. I think, Brenny, and you slapped us all over the park. You did slap us all over the park. I just want to. If we lose, I want to go down fighting.
Well, yeah, you want to put in a. But that's a different. Yeah, I don't want us to go to Arsenal and capitulate. I want us to fight for everything and put up a good fight. I care about that stuff just like you do, mate. I want us to put up a good fight, earn their respect.
The last comment then from Gerard: if we get a few hammerings in the next month, will they down tools?
No, I don't think so.
No, go, Brandy, yeah or nay?
Nah, I don't think so either.
Guys, but that is it. That's the end of our Spurs on to something good. I think how we're going to come out of this conversation is yes, Spurs on to something good. Arsenal are quaking in the boots and won't win the league. It looks like Bournemouth are going to be challenging for the title. Tequila's second team, Sunderland, will qualify for the Champions League. So we've rarely come out with some good conclusions tonight in this show. We've also concluded Chelsea are shite. Manchester
Yeah.
United does
Oh,
all
well, we already knew that Chelsea was sharp. We can all agree on that. Even the Spurs and Arsenal fans can all agree on that one. We already knew that one going in.
and we can also agree. We've also agreed that Copenhagen's going to be our toughest game. So we've really had a good conversation. But guys, no, thank you for joining in. I really enjoyed it. It says Copenhagen and are the big ones. See, even Gerard's agreeing with us. Copenhagen's a big one coming. Big up to you, Gerard. Brenny, where can people find you, bud? I really enjoy your company. Thank you so much for coming on.
Likewise, man. It's always good.
yeah, mate.
It's always good being on there.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get Nick to come and join us next week.
Yeah.
Apparently EastEnders was more entertaining than us, Brenny. So we're gonna have words with Nick.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, Cat and Zoe, whatever's going on there. I mean, I don't watch it, but I know Zoe's back. But yeah, you guys have to come on at mine as well. You have to come away from home.
Yeah, definitely will.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah.
I mean,
good.
boss, we'll set something up.
Yeah, Brenny, where can people find you, sir?
Yes, you can find me on Brenny K74. That's my channel, and I've had some really good, interesting stuff. Got some great content coming up in the future, and you can find me on X, also on TikTok. You'll also find me on Instagram, Threads, and yeah. So you can find me there as well. Oh, and also you can find me on a Football Takeover as well. So like, share, subscribe to all of those, please, and appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a great channel. You and Bobby are doing that with Andy,
It
aren't
is.
you? And the
It really is.
from the agenda.
Yeah.
Really good channel, and love watching Bobby doing this pre-match. And me, I haven't been on for a watch along with you and Bobby for a long time. That's where
You need to get on there, Dermo. You need to get.
You know what? It's just the same as before, really.
Yeah,
different channel, but same as.
I seem to become their lucky mascot. Every time I run on, Arsenal won. That's why I stopped going on Tequila, because every time they were playing Luton.
You're so Demo's taking credit for Arsenal wins now. Bless you.
No. Demo did come on when we have lost a couple of games. I'm sure he came when we lost to Liverpool in the FA Cup third round.
Yeah, well, we did the Luton game, and I think I came on Luton were winning, and I was battering you for the whole game, bantering one night for the whole game because Luton were beating you. And next thing, that dirty, rotten toe rag scored 2 goals.
Declan Rice. Oh.
Yeah. Dirty, rotten, traitorous toe bag. Tequila, I know people can find you on there, sir, but where else can they find you?
I've got a gaming channel called The Play Pouch where a bunch of us 40-year-old idiots and just talk about games, and we do some let's plays and streams and stuff like that. I'm not sure what's coming up next week, but there's going to be some streams being set up for Metal Gear Solid and Red Dead Redemption 2, I think. These are 2 games we're looking at.
And I do love Red Dead Redemption.
It's a great game. And there's going to be South Park, I've heard. Well, somebody said they're going to do a South Park stream sometime next month. The Stick of Truth, I think the video game's called. So if you like your South Park, that'll be happening sometime next month. I'm not sure on the date yet, but I heard about it the other day. So apparently that's going to happen. So,
and also me and James are opening up the Double Down Gaming when we're going to do a lot of Football Manager 26, and also we're going to do some F1 and also some FC 26 as well. I'm going to start a management career with Tottenham, but we've got a 20-point deduction and a transfer embargo. And the aim is to qualify Tottenham for Europe that season by any means necessary. So can I do it? Can I avoid Tottenham relegation with a 20-point deduction? We've been naughty boys. We've got caught paying Brenny under the table for the plays he's bought to the club. Him and Tequila. Told you not to bring me that player.
I look forward, Mo. Who is going to be the chairman? So it's not going to be Levy. So Levy can't even fire you. So I was looking forward to seeing a cutscene with you and Levy. But see,
yeah, I know.
But I will say very quickly on my EFC that Ange Postecoglou keeps following me around. So I'm currently in La Liga, and he's taken over Valencia. Poor Valencia. Firstly, poor Valencia for how hiring him. But now it seems like he's following me around them. I think he's after trying to get revenge on me.
You should put that on your gaming channel, Tequila.
What, the Revenge of Ange, where he tries to follow me?
Revenge of Ange, yeah.
I don't know. He keeps coming back for more. I keep beating him, but he keeps coming back for more.
Put him in charge
just
of
who he is.
Arsenal. Put him in charge
That'd
of
be great.
Arsenal.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Revenge of Ange Postecoglou.
Brilliant.
It's just who he is, mate. It's just who he is.
But guys, that is it. I don't think there's a show tomorrow. There may be not. I know there will be a predicted lineup on Wednesday, and I also know I'll be going over tomorrow. Oh, there will be. There are a member show at 4 tomorrow. We'll go over the Fantasy Football League, and also we're going to go over Thomas Frank's press conference from today. We're going to go over that tomorrow. No show tomorrow night, and then Wednesday you can catch me on We Are Tottenham TV at 6:30, and then at 7:45 you can find me here on Wednesday for the watch along Newcastle versus Spurs. Thursday we've got the post match show as well, and all your bits going over that. We are going to cover the draw as well, so we will be going with the draw on Thursday afternoon. There will be the player rating show again, like we did today. And thank you so much for people who've joined in for that. Really enjoyed that. It was good fun doing that. And then Friday we've got the build up then to the Chelsea game. We're going to see can we get a Chelsea fan to join us Friday night as well. I don't know if Brenny knows any Chelsea fans in his little black book of YouTube mates that he could.
I know a Chelsea fan there, mate, but I know
one Chelsea fan. Don't know. He's in our group.
Oh, is it? Of course he is.
See if Courtney's available. I know he's been busy recently, though. I know he's been busy. So,
we'll try to get a Chelsea fan on. We will try to get a Chelsea fan on, guys, and make it a bit interesting. But Tequila, thank you so much. Brenny, a lunch as always. Tequila, you are a legend. There is no way to describe you, bud. But as always, we always get Tequila to end these streams. It's your show, man. The light is above you. Hang on, I've got to do this right now. Hang on. Where is it now?
Don't know what he's planning.
Right. This man needs no hope. The crowd are already applauding you, Tequila. And then do a little bit of that. That should be where we're going with the end of the stream. Tequila, do you want to take us out, bud?
8 games, mate. 8 games, 200k a day, mate. Just to be our mate. Just to be our.
Good night.
Eyes on the